Every Irish political party, with the exception of the Greens, I think, had at some stage a relationship to the IRA. So Sinn Fein is no different in that regard, in that there was and has always been throughout Irish history a relationship between the armed rebellion against British rule and the political expression of that. But the party that I lead is an independent political party. The IRA has gone away, the war is over, and Sinn Féin is a fully formed, independent, democratic political party.
I wish I had £5 for every person who said to me, he isn't going away, you know, Mary Lou McDonald will be Gerry Adams' puppet. Will you?
Are you seriously asking me that? Not at all. I mean, Gerry has led from the front for a very long time, but I am the leader of Sinn Féin and I will lead. And I'm not sure how really to interpret the remarks of those who say that I will be a puppet, because anybody who knows me for any length of time may have their criticisms of me, but there be in no doubt that I am nobody's puppet.
Okay, convince them. Can you point to a single occasion when you publicly expressed a difference of opinion with Gerry Adams on any issue?
Well, I've had many's the debate, many's the discussion, some disagreements with Gerry. I've never felt the need for those to take public expression, and let me tell you why. Gerry and I are on the same team. We're members of Sinn Féin. It's a political party, not a creche, or not a debating society. And I've never seen great merit in political life in people who go out and backstab or criticise their colleagues to a third party, to the media or otherwise.
Given what's going on around the border over Brexit, the fact that there is no power sharing in Northern Ireland, you've talked about the past repeating itself. Do you have a concern that that could happen?
No, I don't see us returning to the circumstances that fed such a long, protracted and deep conflict. No, I don't. However, I am aware that on the ground in the north, over the last year or so, there has been a level of polarisation that I regard as very dangerous. That's why I very much hope that we get the institutions back up and running. The issues are clear, the issues are resolvable, there's nothing insurmountable in my view. But if I'm truthful, they're only sustainable in the long term when some people step into the light of the year 2018.
When you say some people, you mean Arlene Foster? And when you say the light, what exactly do you mean?
Well, I mean, quite bluntly, that it is not a sustainable position to argue that citizens can have marriage equality in the southern jurisdiction in Ireland and in England, in Wales, in Scotland, and somehow the north of Ireland remains, cut off from this, and citizens living in the north of Ireland are denied that basic right. That's what I mean, to be blunt.
Is there going to be an agreement there? Is Arlene Foster a woman you can do business with?
I hope there will be an agreement, and yes, I think we can do business with Arlene Foster.
No one has yet been able to explain how the UK will leave the customs union and avoid a hard border on the island of Ireland. So what happens if there is one?
I mean, what can I say? Brexit is an absolute disaster. Brexit and the Good Friday Agreement are mutually incompatible. It's as simple as that. And if I'm honest, I sense a real resentment amongst Irish people that Ireland potentially becomes the collateral damage in a power play within the Tories in London. So whatever way this plays out, Irish interests, and by that I mean the bread and butter interests as much as the political interests, demand that the entire island stay inside the customs union and within the single market. And it is alarming to hear a mantra coming from London repeated again and again that, you know, we're gone, we're off, we're out. It seems with absolutely no sense of the consequences of that.
Do you believe you will see Irish unity during your tenure as Sinn Féin leader?
I would be hopeful that in the course of my tenure as leader of Sinn Féin, that yes, that we would secure a referendum on unity and that we would win it. I think that's doable. Furthermore, I want us to achieve and do those things in an atmosphere of consensus, the maximum consensus possible.
There's going to be a referendum on abortion in Ireland later this year. What's Sinn Féin's position?
In Sinn Féin, we're having that discussion at this stage. We gave a commitment at our last party conference to come back again on the issue, and we will do that.
But you are now the leader of this party.
Yes.
Are you prepared to tell us what your personal position is?
Absolutely. I believe in a woman's right to choose. And that has been my position for a very, very long time. I express that very openly. My party colleagues are well aware of that. And that's the position that I take on these matters.
The Irish Prime Minister, An Taoiseach Leo Varadkar, has described Mary Lou McDonald as cranky. What one word would you use to describe the Irish Prime Minister?
Indeed. You've caught me there. One word to describe. Smarmy. Leo's kind of smarmy. You'll have seen him in Number 10 talking about love, actually, and sort of donning various pairs of socks. So smarmy is my one word.